Okay, good afternoon everybody and welcome to St George's Park for this squad announcement for the forthcoming international against Australia and the UEFA Euro 2024 qualifier with Italy. We'll start as ever with Sky Sports News, this time with Ben Ransom. When you're ready, Ben.
Thanks, Andy. Good afternoon, Gareth. Okay. We've seen your squad, we've seen you've included Bukayo Saka in there. Obviously he limped off for Arsenal in his last game. What's your understanding of his fitness?
That he's still being assessed, so obviously they've got a big game this weekend, and then there's another 7 days before we play Australia and 10 days before we play Italy as well, so everybody will monitor everything as we go forward.
No Raheem Sterling again. The last time you left him out, you said to us that you personally spoke to him. Did you do the same again this time, and if so, what did you say?
No, we spoke before the last squad. As I said, we've been happy with the wide players and the performances in the last four games in particular, and the two in March. The team are playing really well, so clearly there's some stability there. We have added Jarrod Bowen in those wide areas. I mean, he's scored 5 in 7 games. He's playing really well, and with the Australia game as well, there's an opportunity to learn some different things as well.
You've mentioned Bowen, Ollie Watkins coming back in as well. What's it been in particular about the way those two players, I suppose specifically Watkins, has done to impress you and to earn his place back? Yeah,
well, there's a little bit with Callum Wilson as well, so he's carrying an injury, not certain he'd be available. Ollie has started the season well. He's hit a bit of scoring form in the last couple of weeks. You have to be careful with that because you can't just go on recency bias when you're looking at selection. But he is in good form. He's obviously coming in on a high, and he's been with us before. We know his character, we know his personality. He's a good guy around the group. Team are playing well. He's playing for a club that are really well coached, and the team are in a good moment.
There was the news this week that Turkey have pulled out of the race to host Euro 2028, so it appears the path is clear for UK and Ireland to host that tournament. You've obviously had a taste of home Euros on a couple of occasions in effect. What would it mean to yourself, everyone at the FA, to host a tournament like that again?
Well, it's clearly a joint bid with all the other home nations, so brilliant for everybody if that opportunity arises. There's still a little bit to do, I think. But I think, all the nations are fantastic football nations, huge pride. They'll have huge pride in hosting, and if the teams get qualified as well, then there's obviously some home advantage to hosting as well.
And just finally from me on VAR, if I can, obviously you're at the forefront of this in international football when it was first introduced in 2018, yet you'll have seen the errors, I'm sure, particularly that Liverpool goal that was disallowed against Tottenham. Mm-hmm. At this stage of its use, did you expect the system to be better, to be more reliable?
Well, when you say I was at the forefront, I wasn't for it. And my first experience of it, we're still not sure if the Jesse Lingard goal that knocked us out of a semi-final was legit or not. So I don't like it. I think we should just accept referees' decisions. But I also know that we're unlikely to go back to a world where we don't have technology as part of that decision-making process. So, but it was never going to resolve every issue, and I don't think there is any solution that will achieve that.
Thanks. Hi, Gareth. Jude Bellingham had an excellent performance against Scotland, and he's carried on that form at Real Madrid. Just wondered what you've made of his performances since he's gone back there.
Well, he's continued as he did prior to our September camp. It's a wonderful start for him. It's obviously a huge football club, a big challenge, but he's taken to it as he has pretty much every challenge that's been put in front of him. Everybody can see his personality. He thrives in tough environments, and it's great to see him doing so well.
And on the back of the question there about future tournaments, the 2030 World Cup's going to be held in 3 continents across 6 countries. Are these plans made without player welfare in mind?
I'm not sure what they've got in mind for that, really. But I shall enjoy invite to Buenos Aires as a TV pundit if that's the plan.
Levi Chilwell still didn't make his England debut in the last camp, but he's been playing at left back for Chelsea. I know you said it's not his natural position, but is that an option for him to play there for England? Yeah,
very much so. I mean, we're conscious that most of his football's been as a centre back, and I think it's his preference and his strongest position. But equally, we're without a lot of experience at left back, and he's playing there regularly. And we've got some other centre-backs that can fill in at full-back areas as well. So it's an area we need to find a little bit out about one or two players, because that depth in that position in particular in the league is not strong. But Levi's we really like. You know, he had a fantastic season last year with Brighton. Excellent Euros with our under-21s. He's adapting well to life back at Chelsea, and he's got a real maturity about his game. We're very hopeful for his future.
If I could just ask as well about Elliot Anderson. Steve Clarke said he needs a bit of time and space before he decides his international future. Have you spoken to him since the last camp, or where are we on that decision?
I haven't. I mean, those things, John McDermott deals with that, really. So I think we're the same as Steve. We're respectful that those sorts of decisions are big decisions, and we don't want to pressure anybody. We like Elliot. We think he's a very good player, got high potential. He's obviously at a club that are absolutely flying. We'll just have to wait and see. But we're very much respectful that if he needs time to think that through, we completely understand.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.